Now, welcome back, TrendingSA on SABC3 and online on TrendingSA.tv. Hey, a happy belated birthday to Shakaina, who was celebrating yesterday.
And Lady Scholars.
And Lady Scholars, good friend to the show. All right, so thank you for all of your love and your tweets, etc. and so forth. We really do enjoy hearing from you. The hashtag to use is TsaOn3. Now, we are so honored, so privileged to have tonight's Woman Crush guest here tonight. She became the very first black female South African tennis player to ever compete at Wimbledon. She received a wild card at this year's tournament. As if that's not cool enough, she got herself all the way to reaching the semi-finals. Then she did the most again at this year's US Open when she made it to the last 8. She has proven herself time and again to be a formidable tennis player in South Africa and across the globe. Here she is, Kgothatso Montjane.
Don't forget to break down. You know that God is on the way. Swag drip when you trap kids, you do whack shit for some smash.
Yo, you guys are the same height. Listen, what a pleasure it is to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
And I was just like admiring your swag, your style, like, cool.
Shyness as well.
Yeah, I love it though. You were under so much pressure, right? This Wimbledon thing, it was big. You were being there, you were there without your coach. What was the story behind that?
You know what people doesn't know is that I've been in this game for quite a long time now. I think 13 years. Sure. So I've been playing wheelchair tennis, and I've been in Grand Slams, but I've never been to Wimbledon. So what they don't know is that wheelchair tennis South Africa, obviously development side, they've put everything behind me. But we just lost a big sponsor like two years ago, Airport Company South Africa. So that's where the problem comes. So me going into Wimbledon without a coach is because there was no money. The little that I got from WBD, Women Development Bank, which runs by Miss Simbeki, that's where she gave me a couple of friends, and going into Wimbledon, I couldn't take a coach. Sure. One has to go, so it has to be me. so that's what happened.
So how do you go about doing that? Then you just have your discipline, you know what you've been taught, or what is it? How do you do it alone?
I think what really happened is that, obviously, for the past 2 years, I knew my struggles, you know, so I didn't really want to focus more on that. So, and going into Wimbledon, I thought it was going to be my last tournament. So I had to go in. I went there to make the most out of it. That's what happened. I didn't want to worry about coach being there or not being there. So
it's interesting when I speak to sports people, it is really psychological. Like the game is in your head first before anything else can happen. But you did make history being the first black South African female tennis player there.
Yeah, I had to find that out on Twitter because...
What do you mean?
I didn't even know that. I mean, how I got into the sport is very funny. So I don't know much about the sport.
How did you get into the sport?
I was forced to play sport from high school, you know. Yeah. That's how I got into the sport, because I was playing table tennis and wheelchair basketball. So when tennis was introduced in the country, I mean, one of my teachers came to me and were like, we're choosing you to go and represent the school. I was like, sir, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know the sport. I don't, like, it's not me. I can direct you to the right place.
Who is tennis? Why is tennis? How?
Exactly. So that was where my question was. He was like, I'm not asking you. You're gonna go and represent the school. So that's how it all started. And I just picked up the racket and started playing without even knowing the sport. That's how it happened.
So from just picking up the racket, you've just mentioned as well that you were part of other Grand Slams, but never Wimbledon before. So getting into this one and thinking and mentally preparing for it, what courage did you have to muster up to go say, right, Wimbledon igayak?
You know what? I went into Wimbledon thinking I just want to have a good experience, because I never played on grass before. I didn't even have good preparations on grass. I only played the day before the tournament started on grass. Oh. So for me, it was just, for me, it was just a matter of go there, enjoy the experience, just have fun. I didn't go there with the intentions of winning first round because I never played on grass. So I don't want to put that pressure on myself.
my
It's
gosh.
just a matter of going out there and, enjoy the experience.
Do you need something different on your wheels? A different tread for grass or clay, or it's all the same?
No. You don't need to. No, you don't need anything special.
Okay.
Just have to adjust the back wheel, because it's a bit harder to push on grass. So
Okay.
just need to adjust the back wheel, make sure that it doesn't touch the ground a lot, so that you can move better. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, it seems that wheelchair tennis is very, very unfair. Ingati, there's no support. Ingati, there's more support for the able-bodied players. I know that you're not frustrated, but I pambanisi the fact that there's no support, and like how are you going to encourage younger players?
I would say let's thank the Wimbledon, opportunity, because that's where it opened up doors for me as an individual athlete. Because after the whole Wimbledon story, when people hear my story, I had a couple of people who were interested in helping me out to get to the U.S. Open. Because if it wasn't for the whole story and people hearing that wheelchair tennis South Africa lost the sponsor, I don't think that could have happened to me. So now I've got a support that will push me at least until next year. So yeah.
Brilliant. And then I read somewhere that you want to be number one. You want to rank at number one before you retire. You're currently at number 5, which is absolutely incredible, Mdasekaya. What is the plan to get to number 1 before you retire?
Oh, obviously, with the good support, I should get to that number 1 spot, because tennis is a very demanding sport. I don't only need to be on court. I mean, I need sports psychologists, I need a trainer, I need all that. But you know what? I'm so fortunate to have partnered with Optimize Agency, because they're working on that, making sure that I get sponsorships and I can stay longer in the game. And surely, I mean, I would like to believe that it's possible for me to get to the number 1 spot.
But of course, you're practically there.
Listen, I hope that this interview gives you the exposure to the right people, and we are going to tag all the people that need to be tagged. I mean, listen, the Serena Williams umpire situation. Everybody's spoken about it. Have a sip of tea, honey.
You sip that.
And Kay was there.
Yeah. What was it like in the players' world? What were people saying?
Yeah.
What was happening there?
I mean, there was sort of a moment of silence. There was sort of moment of silence, because mostly we were watching it in the dining area from a big screen. So yeah, it was like few seconds, it was shut.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, we need to realize what Serena and her sister, they've been through a lot into the sport. And there has to be someone with that voice anyway, you know?
Yes.
To be honest, someone has to say something, has to do it for, I don't want to make it a color thing, but for black players. So I think Serena was just standing up for all the women. And I think, yeah, she did what she believed in.
Absolutely,
Well
absolutely. Okay, listen, so we've spoken a little bit. We want you to get to that number 1 spot. 2019, what has it got in store for you, and how can we help you get there?
2019, firstly, Australia coming up early in the year. The Australian Open, so that's a big one. I shouldn't miss that one. So you can help me get my coach there.
Okay.
Yes, start now.
Yeah, so, but then again, I think my schedule will remain the same, even though the dates will change for tournaments. And I'm also hoping to maintain my ranking so that I can still play the 4 Grand Slam and get into Wimbledon with merit other than a wild card. Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
my gosh. Well, you're going to do it. It's done. It's already done. It's already done.
Yes.
Congratulations on all of your success so far. Thank you for inspiring us with your story and being that voice. And we'll see you in that number 1 position.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yes.
Kgothatso Montjane, everybody. Man, I'm having a good day.
This is amazing.
Amazing. We're gonna be back after this. This is TrendingSA on
Inspiring women.
Hello.